You're gonna be charged with murder.
Murder? She's dead?
Yes, ma'am.
She dead? I didn't murder her? She's died? She died?
Dead.
This is 23-year-old Tranisa Watts, shocked to know her child's legal custodian and grandmother, Kentoria Edwards, has been found dead. Tranisa denies any involvement, maintaining her innocence, but a link persisted.
I know I didn't kill her on purpose, you know what I'm saying? Can we, get an investigation on this situation?
That's what I'm doing. I'm a detective.
On April 18, 2022, 23-year-old Tranisa Watts allegedly asked Kentoria Edwards, the paternal grandmother and legal guardian of her daughter, 3-year-old Jordan, to arrange a meeting at a Starbucks in Texas, despite having no legal orders for such a visit. Tranisa had lost custody of her daughter to Kentoria in a legal battle, and only with a permission she was allowed to meet. The meetup suddenly shifted into a dark nightmare when Tranisa pulled a gun and shot Kentoria, leaving her dead. A witness called in the police, who arrived promptly and detained Tranisa at the scene. Tranisa was soon brought in for interrogation, where the real story begins to unravel.
You call yourself Trey?
No, I don't.
You don't?
Tranisa.
Tranisa? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I think the officer misunderstood you out in the car for
Yeah.
a minute. Okay. How much school have you got?
7th grade. I was actually trying to get back in school for my GED.
Okay. Why'd you stop at 7th grade?
Well, it wasn't 7th grade. It's more like 9th grade, but they didn't put it in the computers right.
Okay.
And not being able to get to school and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Where did you grow up here in town? Where are you from?
I'm from Longview, Texas. I did grow up in Dallas and Richardson.
Okay. So how long have you been in the area?
My aunt's been in the area for over 9 and 10 years.
Is that who raised you?
Well, more like 20. Yeah, she somewhat raised me.
Okay. But you've been in Dallas about 10 years from Longview?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you working right now?
No, sir.
Not working? Okay. What do you do what's your typical day like?
Normally I would be working. I had ended up getting put out of my apartment, so I was living in a shelter at 1818 Corsicana in Dallas. So I was really waiting on my to get back into the program and stuff like that. So that's what I was waiting on when I got out. But
okay. So you're unemployed, but you're living at 1818 Corsicana?
Yes, sir. It's like a homeless shelter, recovery shelter.
Okay. How long you been staying down there?
I ended up getting housing with them for a year, and after I finished the housing, because I couldn't, finish school and stuff like that, I ended up going back. But that's why I said they was gonna work with me with the program, but I was too back on child support, so it was I was too back on child support, so it kind of messed with me paying the rent.
Mess with your credit rating and stuff?
No, it didn't. Okay. The credit was good, and it was paid up all the way into the year, but it was like I couldn't save and stuff like that.
I gotcha. So you've been in Corsicana for about a year?
It's not Corsicana, it's Dallas. It's
I know 1818 Corsicana, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's you fell into there because it's having some troubles paying rent?
Yes,
and
sir.
You've been there about a year? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I know there was a child involved in what happened this evening. Is that your child?
That is my daughter.
How many kids do you have?
She's my only daughter.
Okay. What's her name?
Jordan.
Jordan?
Yes, sir. Jordyn.
YN? Okay. And what's her last name?
Page. Page.
Okay. How old is Jordan?
She's 3 years old.
She's 3?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only child you have?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The detective has gathered enough information about her, and now he's about to explore the relationship between Tranisa and Kentoria. Soon, she'll claim something which may have been a cause of her frustration over shooting at Kentoria.
And is her dad around?
I really don't know. I know that she was placed in custody of Kentoria maybe in March of 2019. No. Yeah, March of 2019. She's been having her ever since, and it was a case involved with CPS, so I ended up leaving her with custody of Jordan. But after that, she started acting weird, not wanting to come to the court dates, the child arrangement court dates and stuff like that. So, but that's who she's been staying with.
Okay. So you said March of 2019?
Yes, sir.
So she's been with Kentoria for almost most of her life, almost 2 years?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Kentoria is who?
She is Jared Page's mother.
Okay. And is Jared Jordan's mom or dad?
I haven't did the DNA test. That's what I was waiting for, but it's like they don't want to go to the court dates and stuff like that. So.
Okay. So you're pretty sure that, what was his name?
Jared Page.
Jared? Okay.
JARRETT.
ETT. You're pretty sure he's the dad?
I'm not sure. That's why I was trying to hurry up and go to another court date, because I don't want them taking care of a child that's not theirs. And that's why I was like, it's been, doing that like 2 years. I've been setting up court dates in Dallas, Texas. And because that's where the case was originally at, and they don't go to the court dates. It'd be things like video chats that they'll miss that they're supposed to, and they're supposed to talk to the judge. They're supposed to talk, and they don't attend.
Okay. So you're trying to determine if Jarrett really is the daddy?
Yes.
Okay.
The detective discusses her background that reveals her financial struggle as a partial homeless at times. But one detail stands out. Kentoria was awarded custody, although Tranisa firmly believed that as the mother, the child's custody rightfully belonged to her. Throughout the initial conversation, the detective stayed on a non-confrontational approach. Meanwhile, unknowingly, she reveals her deep resentment against the paternal grandmother. But what follows next reveals the depth of her misery even further. Was it a cold-blooded murder or something darker still? The detectives are about to uncover the truth.
So do you have like a visitation schedule with Miss... Is Kentoria's last name Edwards?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have like a visitation schedule, or how do you get to see Jordan?
Normally I would always have a visitation schedule, but it'd be days where I would call her and she would be like, it's visitation day. And she would be like, oh, I can't meet up with you. And I'll ask to speak with the baby, and she'd be like, well, she sleep. I said, I guess she sleep all the time and I don't get to speak to her. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So there is a visitation schedule that was set by the court, but it's not always followed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. By Miss Edwards or you or both?
By Miss Edwards.
Okay.
The detective is about to ask a question directly connected to the crime scene, but the conversation soon drifts into a flood of dark memories, all pointing fingers at her in-laws, only to blame the victim herself, a psychological defense often observed in manipulators.
Were y'all having a visitation tonight?
No, I ended up, because there's a lot of bad things that happened to me, right? I ended up getting into a lot of altercations in the years that the last 3 years that I've had my daughter and that she's been with them. I've been getting assaulted. I've been harmed in different, you know what I'm saying?
By them or different people?
Different. They've done stuff too.
They've done stuff too?
Yes, sir. Right. Is there a way that I can show you this bite mark?
It's not on your breast, is it?
No. I have one on there, but I'm not going to show you
that.
I'm not going to show you my breast.
So you have a bite mark on your shoulder?
It's on my arm.
On your arm? Okay. And that's from...
Another altercation. This was about my child. Somebody had stated that I was friendly, that I couldn't fight, that I was scary, and that I wasn't good and stuff like that. So I ended up...
so that wasn't Miss Edwards that beat you, was it?
No. Miss Edwards got her daughters to jump on me during it was like Thanksgiving, and then the last few times that I visited, which was last year, and I haven't been over there since then, because every time I go over there, it's like an altercation. We had an altercation like that, like this right here, what happened today. We had an altercation like that, and Miss Page pulled out her gun on me. Okay. But that's why
Miss Page.
Yeah, this is not Miss Kentoria, but the other lady that was involved.
Involved tonight?
Yes.
Okay, I got you. When did you get the bite mark on your shoulder?
This was last year.
Okay.
The moment the detective brings up the incident, she deflects in a different direction to gain sympathy. She paints herself as a victim, hoping it would counter her crime. But this is just one of the many convincing justifications that the detective is about to witness. The fourth person present at the scene is about to be introduced by none other than Tranisa herself.
Tonight, you said that there's been some issues between you, Miss Edwards, and Miss Page.
Yes.
Who's Miss Page?
I think that's Jared. That's that's Mrs. Kentoria's ex-husband's wife.
Okay. Okay, so Jared's mom, her last name is now Edwards, but she was married to somebody who had the last name Page, and she had Jared. And his dad has remarried to another lady.
Yeah, they actually have the same name. The one that supposedly be my baby's father, he's the junior.
Okay, I got you. So this Miss Page lady, what's her first name?
And Kentoria.
Kentoria?
Yes, sir.
Just like Miss Edwards?
Tia. She said something about Tia Page.
Tia Page?
Yes.
Okay. Is she Spanish?
I don't know. No, she's black.
She's black. Okay. All right. Because Tia is Spanish for auntie, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay. So Tia Page is currently married to Jared's dad.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. And she's pulled a gun on you in the past?
Yes.
Okay. When was that?
This was maybe 2 years ago. I ended up leaving, running off. It was over the baby. It was. I asked if I could get the court dates assigned, and attitudes were coming out. But during this time, I don't know. There was a lot of people. A lot of my friends during these 3 years were assaulted, hit by cars, injured. Like, I have 5 people you can look up that are deceased. You know what I'm saying? They're all in an age group. There's Ebony Mass and Deja Mass that work at ATM, and they ended up getting shot. There was Cameron Farmer. He ended up dying. There was Xavier McMullen. He ended up dying when I first came out of jail in 2019.
How did these people die?
I don't know. That's why I said what I said. And during this time, Xavier got shot. I think they all mostly got shot. And Xanta shot, she got hit by a car.
Okay.
But during this times that these people were being assaulted and stuff like that, and they getting killed, I was going through this, and somebody was like, I would go to jail, I would get in fights, people would assault me. I had a big black eye, and it was like my whole face was swollen. You know, see what I'm saying? So I don't know if that has something to do with somebody not liking this age group or whatever it was, but I ended up going and blessing myself. You know what I'm saying? After that, I told one of the people that blessed me what I was going through. I said, it's like she's trying to take my baby. I don't know if this is his baby or not. And she was like, well, go to the detective. Every time I go to a detective, they don't do nothing about it. So pretty much it's like I was scared. You know what I'm saying? For my daughter, she had a black eye. You know what I'm saying? This was...
She got hurt. She got hurt?
Today?
Your daughter?
No.
Okay.
No. She
got hurt before?
Yes. She had a black eye. It was... they said she ended up falling out of the bed. But it was strange because she had it before I had mine, and I had mine, and it was big on my face.
When was that?
This was maybe 2020. I ended up reporting it. They said that it's in Richardson because it was at Kentoria's house, but they ended up making
So you had a black eye?
Yes, sir.
In 2020? And your little girl had a black eye at the same time?
She was just born. She was maybe like 9 months. 9 months old.
And how did she get her black eye?
Kentoria said she fell out the bed, but she was too little to walk, so I know she didn't fall out the bed.
Okay.
With every question, her manipulation grows stronger. She builds a narrative where Kentoria, the victim herself, becomes the suspect. Blaming a victim themselves is a famous tactic often seen among guilty suspects. But what follows will threaten the narrative she's so desperately trying to build.
How did you get your black eye?
I had a fight with a person named Kimberly Johnson.
Okay. And so you weren't living on Kendra Circle
No, sir.
But Jordan was already living there?
Well, I was living with them throughout my pregnancy, and then they ended up like saying that I assaulted them, that we were into it with each other. I never harmed her. And she ended up calling the police on them and telling them I was crazy. I said that CPS came up to the mental facility. They asked me if I wanted to leave my baby with Kentoria. I said, well, she was just born. I don't know if it's safe or not, but I don't want her to be, you know what I'm saying, nowhere where I don't know where she's at during this time. So I ended up letting her stay with her. After that, Kentoria ended up setting up a court date and said that I couldn't get Jordan back, that it was mandatory through CPS. I reached out to CPS. CPS said that they didn't say anything about that they dismissed the case, and that I could get my baby back. So I'm like, Every time the police come to Kentoria's house, they said, CPS said that she couldn't have the baby. I said, I don't know if that's true or not. Can y'all look at those papers? I said, she has some type of paper saying that CPS says that she could stay with them. I said, that's not true, because the CPS case is in on Blair Street in Dallas, Texas. And if you go there, they're going to tell you that the case is dismissed and that they didn't leave her with Kentoria.
Okay.
So I ended up trying to set up the same court dates that, child, it wasn't through CPS. It's like custody arrangements, stuff like that.
Okay.
But she wants to tell me that it was due to CPS, and I'm like, no, CPS said that I could have my daughter back. You know what I'm saying? They not too big on.
So Miss Edwards is telling you that CPS is telling her that she can have the baby.
Yes, and that it's mandatory that the baby stays with Kentoria, but that's not true. You see what I'm saying?
So is it because they've placed her with Miss Edwards, or
they didn't place her with they didn't place Miss Kentoria. They didn't. The CPS people. Well, it wasn't CPS. It was like more like a detective, somebody who wanted to reach out for the baby's safety.
Okay.
Because they had we had a altercation. You know what I'm saying?
You, Miss Edwards did?
Supposedly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I never touched her, though. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't want to seem like she's crazy, but I never touched her during this time. You get what I'm saying? I had just had a baby. I never.
And that was at the house on Kendra?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so did the Richardson cops come after that?
Yes.
Okay.
They ended up, that's when I went to, I think that's the mental facility over here. Mm-hmm. And when I went to that mental facility, there was I guess it's a caseworker. Mm-hmm. And he said, do I want to leave my baby with Kentoria Goodson? I said yes, until I'm out of jail. Okay. And when I got out of jail, she said that there was somebody who called her and said that I had to sign up. Well, she didn't want me to stay with her because we supposedly had a fight. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But because I didn't have nowhere to go, you know what I'm saying, I left the baby with Kentoria. Okay. You see what I'm saying? After that, Kentoria set up a court date during the time that I was homeless and didn't have nowhere to go. So I ended up signing the papers off to her that she could have the baby, during this time. Okay. After that, I ended up getting it together for over a year, and I was setting up court dates for them to go to the court dates to give me the baby back, and they never made nail court date. They always made excuses, and I said I could understand and leave the baby with them and everything else, but every time I would come over there's an assault, there's a fight, I've been jumped, and you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to keep on getting assaulted. I'm not going to keep calling the police and taking me. I have it's in record in Richardson, Texas. If you look at it, they're going to tell you, well, she got jumped and she called the police and other residents that were around Kendra Circle. She called the police. They were fighting. They say she is always coming over here fighting. Well, I can't not see my child, and of course me as a mother, and if I'm seeing a black eye on my child, I'm gonna probably tweak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you want to protect your baby.
Tranisa describes herself as a helpless, grieving mother separated from her daughter, but it was Tranisa herself whose ability to parent was in question. Throughout this conversation, the detective just observes silently, making her think that they believe all the lies and stories. But this non-confrontational approach will work effectively because she will eventually reveal more than the detectives were hoping for.
So did you go up there to the Starbucks tonight?
Yes. No,
Okay.
I went to her house.
You went to her house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When I went to
How did you know to go to her house? Had y'all been in phone conversation or something?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
I went to her house, and her boyfriend answered the door, and I said, can I talk to Kentoria, because I need to try to see if I can set up another court date or something, because if I can't come and visit regularly, there's no point in y'all keeping my daughter, because I don't get to see her, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So she told me, don't meet me at the house, meet me at Starbucks. I have Jordan. I said, okay.
You said you spoke to her boyfriend?
Yeah, or whoever that was that was staying at her house during
It was
the
a
time.
man?
Yes.
Okay. What time did you get to the house?
It was maybe 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
This afternoon?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you go up there by yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Someone dropped me off, actually.
Okay. And so you got dropped off,
Mm-hmm.
and the decision was made to meet at Starbucks?
Yes.
Were y'all supposed to meet at a certain time?
She didn't tell me. She told her to meet her at 7. Then we changed the time, and she said, "Come up there now."
Okay.
I said, "Okay, I'm on my way."
So is that like text conversation,
Mm-hmm.
or is that like on the phone talking?
It was him talking to her.
Okay. When you said 7.
Yes.
And then how did you know to come now instead of just 7?
Because she talked to him and told her to. She told him to tell me to meet her at Starbucks.
Okay, so in that same phone conversation,
Mm-hmm.
you're on the front porch with this man.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the phone to Miss Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
And she initially said, meet me at 7 at Starbucks. And then she said, no, just go ahead and meet me now.
Yes, sir.
I gotcha. Okay,
Okay.
that makes sense. So you go to the Starbucks. Did you walk there or
Yes,
did you
sir.
drive?
I walked.
Okay. And walked to Starbucks. And where'd you sit?
And I sat in the Starbucks.
Inside the restaurant?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was Miss Edwards there already?
It seemed, I don't know if she was there already. It seemed like she was.
Okay. So did you meet with her inside the restaurant? Or?
No, sir. I walked out. I was actually fixing to leave and
Mm-hmm.
walk off altogether. And then she called my name from out of the car.
Okay. Why were you fixing to leave?
Because I was fixing to leave because I felt like she wasn't coming.
Because you didn't see her?
Yes.
Okay. So she called to you from a car?
Mm-hmm.
Was the car like pulled up right in front of the Starbucks or a parking space?
No, in a parking space.
What kind of car was she in?
Navy bluish Audi.
Okay. So a dark colored Audi?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember if it was a 4-door or 2-door?
It was a 4-door.
Okay. Was she driving it or
No,
passenger?
it's more Tia Page was driving.
Okay. So they were in a parking space, and when you say she called out to you, is that they rolled the window down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so she yelled across Tia Page through the driver window, "Hey, I'm here."
Yeah. No, she said, "Hey." I said, "Okay," and I started walking back over to
Towards the Starbucks?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Miss Page and Miss Edwards brought the baby to you?
Yeah, we all walked into the store. It happened like we were chatting. It happened like a normal visit.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I visit, they'll end up jumping on me.
Okay.
And it's not funny that they hopped up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking. As my daughter hugging me, they always like, put her down, don't hold her, and stuff like that. I'm like,
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I don't get the bond with her. I was holding her, and they ended up. Well, she was walking out towards the streets. Jordan was. I said, "Come here, Jordan, because you walking out too far to the cars." And I picked her up. As I got up and picked her up, both of them, you know what I'm saying? They stood up and like all in my face while I'm holding the baby, like they were.
Were you inside the restaurant?
We were on the outside in the
outside, like those picnic tables or whatever. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is that where y'all were visiting the whole time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
And as I set up, I was picking up my stuff. As the baby was walking out, Tia said something. She stood up and she acted like she was just to go towards her car, but she didn't. And I don't know if she was trying to hold Jordan, but she was starting to act like, I asked her, I said, "What's your name?" Because I really don't normally talk to her. She said, "My name's Tia." I said, "Okay, nice to meet you." I said, "Come here, Jordan," because I don't get to bond with my daughter, and she was the one holding her. I said, "I don't really know her, but can I hold my baby?"
Mm-hmm.
I guess Tia kind of, felt offended, so she kind of went over while I'm holding the baby. Both of them got, like they were like all like this, you know what I'm saying, instead of letting me bond with the baby.
Mm-hmm.
After that, it was like they got all in my, like they stood up on me. I'm like, and feeling uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
The detective directs her to the crime scene without her realizing it. She describes it as if she were just an innocent witness describing a simple meetup. But what she doesn't realize is that her role in the crime isn't anonymous to the detective, the one she would confess to soon. But so far, she's unaware whether her shot hit Kentoria or if it went past her.
So you were hugging Jordan?
Yes.
Are y'all sitting down or standing up?
We were standing up.
Standing up? Okay, so it's like you're giving her a hug goodbye.
Yes.
Okay.
As I'm trying to stand her up on a table. Because she's a big girl now. She's 3. She's getting older. Normally, like, she's little when I visit, like, and she's a baby. So I was trying to stand her up on a table, hug her and stuff like that, tell her goodbye, that I love her. As I'm standing her up on a table, it's not even funny that Kentoria grabs the baby. Like, she always does that. She grabbed her out of my hands. I'm like, can you, like, back up? And she's like, no, like, what are you doing? Fat? I said, you don't ever let me get to hold my baby. You don't ever let me bond with him. What are you talking about, Fat? What are you talking about? Like, and all aggressive. Mm-hmm. Mind you, last time, when she does stuff like this, she'll grab the baby and before you know it, I'll be assaulted. Okay. And it's always more of them than me because I don't have nobody. You know what I'm saying?
No, you call her Fat?
No, that's my name.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Miss Edwards calls you Fat.
Yes.
That's a nickname of yours?
Yes.
Like F-A-T or P-H-A-T?
P-H-A-T.
Oh, okay. All right. So she calls you Fat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That she's wanting you to... Was she taking the baby out of your arms?
Yes, she always does it. And this time it was like, I'm tired of being assaulted. I have, like, scratches on my neck right now from being assaulted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like not even funny.
Okay.
So I'm like.
So they've used some force in the past,
yes.
Physical force, to make sure you don't take Jordan with you.
It's not that take Jordan, they don't just, they always take her out of my arms and stuff like that. And every time they take her out of my arms, I'm always ending up assaulted or something. Okay. Or even if I don't be assaulted, it's like some type of aggressive and speech or anything towards me that's negative and nothing positive. Okay. I'll be visiting and paid somebody and it'll be never positive, and it's like not even funny. That's why I said I don't know if this what happened today is just like, I'm not trying to be funny. If I'm glad it happened today, other than, you know, somebody ended up, I know, did she actually get shot? Yeah,
let's get to that. So she's taking the baby out of your arms?
Yeah,
and what was she saying when she's grabbing the baby?
She just grabbed her and she was like like normally I'll get assaulted. So it's like when she was aggressive, I just like grabbed my gun, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I said, you're going to have to stop being aggressive and back up. And I said, she said, what are you doing, Fat? I said, can you leave me in my baby bonding time alone? She grabs the baby, starts pulling up out her arms. Before you know it, it's like she was dragging her to the back of the cars, you know what I'm saying? She was going on the opposite direction of where the car was anyways.
Okay.
I said, you're going to have to stop doing that. Before you know it, I ended up like popping off, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not finna get jumped. So
when you say popping off, you fired the gun?
Yes.
How many times did you shoot?
One.
Just one time?
One time at her, because she grabbed the baby. Okay. I said, I'm not trying to shoot my daughter. Can you leave my baby alone? She leaves baby alone. But when she runs back to the other car, Tia grabs her gun. You know what I'm saying? I said, I don't know what y'all doing. I don't know if y'all playing this or not, but y'all not finna touch this baby. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up grabbing the baby, putting the gun in the bag, running down the street.
So your gun was in your bag?
Yes.
Okay. And you said that the other lady had a gun?
Yes.
Where did she get the gun?
Out of her car.
Okay. And did you see that?
Yes. She shot it.
She fired?
She shot like 3 times.
Okay.
But it's not funny that I was running, you know what I'm saying?
But she had to go back to the car to get it?
Yes.
What did she do with the gun after she fired?
It's because I act like I was spraying, but I put I don't know if he heard the gun, so whoever was in the workout facility, the car that, the black car, the first car that was towards the Starbucks, that's the one we ran to. He ended up leaving his car doors open and running into the building because he heard the shots. I ended up running from her and putting Jordan in the car. I closed all the doors so that she wouldn't get her. I said, can you back up, acting like I was fixing to shoot her. But I put it back on safety. I said, can you back up? She said, no, you just shot this lady. I said, call the police. I said, call the police, and but y'all cannot touch this baby no more. I don't know what y'all doing to her, and it's not funny that y'all acting aggressive and you got a gun too, and I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? That you have a gun, and you know what I'm saying? It's a coincidence, but I ain't trying to blame nothing on you, and it's not funny, and y'all not finna jump me, no, none of that.
Tranisa has come up with another fabricated defense, blaming the victim herself, saying Tia Page pulled the gun at her, a desperate move to divert the detective and justify her act. But a later investigation will find no traces of guns other than the one Tranisa owned. But her own account will challenge her claims that she was always worried about her daughter.
So when you put Jordan in the car, Miss Page was pointing a gun at you?
No, not Miss Kentoria Page, but the other Page, yes.
The Tia Page. Okay.
And she was waving it in the sky.
Okay. And did she fire?
Yeah, she fired at least twice.
Okay.
And I ducked.
Okay. And where did the gun go after that?
Hers, I ended up telling her I said, she said, you shot her. I said, call the police. I'm not finna, I said, don't come near me, just call the police. I know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to kill this lady. I'm not trying to do none of that, just call the police. She's like, no, and she's holding the gun. I go and bang on the windows in the other facility. I said, can y'all call the police? This lady out here got the gun. I said, call the police, please, somebody, I ended up hiding the baby in the car, walking off, banging on some more glass, and told them to call the police. And after that, they said, you got to back up. I said, okay, I'm going to just go into this car real quick and hide. At this point, I don't know what she did with the gun, but she ends up going and, you know what I'm saying, checking on Kentoria. But it's like Kentoria laid out on the ground. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm scared, and I'm like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? I go back.
Where did Miss Kentoria lay down on the ground?
Beside Miss Page's car.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it was her car, but she ended up landing.
She went back towards the alley.
I don't know if she was standing up, and you know what I'm saying? When I did what I did, she was standing up and perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying?
After she went back. Later on, you saw that she was on the ground.
Yes. After she ended up going back over there towards Miss Page, she laid on the ground, and I don't know what that is, but you know what I'm saying? I know I did it one time. Okay. And I grabbed Jordan because she's so little.
So was Jordan in your arms when you shot at Miss Edwards?
She ended up grabbing her out of my hands. Like I said, but when she ended up grabbing her out of my hands, I said, please then put this baby down so that I could have a conversation with her. Like I said, and she didn't want to put her down, and I said, okay, I'm not finna play with you, and I ended up shooting.
And that's when you pulled your gun?
Yes.
Okay.
An important detail to note was her use of a gun in front of her daughter, which raises concern about her being a suitable parent.
Miss Kentoria took Jordan from you. That's when you pulled your gun?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not funny because every time she does that, they always get mad. They'll always end up calling the laws, and I would look so crazy, and I wouldn't do anything to them. You know what I'm saying?
So where was Jordan when you shot at Miss Edwards?
She was out. She was on the ground. She was trying to, that's what I'm saying. She had ended up taking her out of my hands. I said, can you like let us bond? I said, she kind of put her on the ground. I said, then back up. And that's because I shot her. I said, back up, please, and back up. She ends up running. I said, leave her alone, and she let her go. I said, and that's when Miss Page was like, you shot she said, my grandbaby. I said, that's not your grandchild, that's Miss Kentoria's grandchild. I don't know what she's talking. I don't know this lady. You know what I'm saying? That's why she's weird, and then I'm already feeling like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know you like that. That you got this baby with you too, and it's like not even funny. I said, after that, we ran into the car. They called the police. It took her a minute to get her phone because she was trying to have a little shootout with me, but I didn't shoot. I'm not gonna do too much. You know what I'm saying?
So let me make sure I understand this. You said that Miss Edwards was putting Jordan down. So, and you can stand up if you want. So I'm Miss Edwards, and I'm putting the baby down. Is that when you fired?
Baby, okay.
And I'm like, so this is the table?
Yeah, the table more like this tall. Jordan is long. She's on my hips.
Okay.
I pick her up like this, and I have her holding. She hugs me because she was finna go into the streets. I said, "Love you." I said, "Can y'all?" They're like this.
Okay.
I said, "Can y'all kind of bag up, let me bond a little bit with my baby?" I said, "What are you?" They said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Can y'all back up while I'm talking to my baby?"
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They said, "You're always being aggressive, and let me take her out your arms." I said, "Can you please?" So I could talk to my baby. So before you know it, I said, "Y'all not fit to keep doing this." And my bag was on the table, and it was already, you know what I'm saying, my gun's already in the bag.
Okay.
So I ended up, you know what I'm saying, I think it's like I seen this, and I know that they finna assault me, so I ended up grabbing it. And I told her to put my baby down and go to the car, you know what I'm saying, go somewhere else and leave my baby here.
So Miss Edwards had the baby from you when you reached into your bag to get your gun.
She was on the ground more like.
Jordan was on the ground?
I told her to put her down.
Okay, so she's doing this, and you got your gun. Is Miss Edwards still like this when you shot, or
She's backing up. She's backing up.
She's backing up like
this?
She's
backing up. Jordan,
okay.
I told her, leave Jordan alone. Jordan kind of walks over, and she's backing up.
Okay.
And she really tried to grab Jordan so that that's what made me not shoot. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't know about what she did, but I know that I put it down because of my baby. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So Miss Edwards is not holding Jordan
when I shot her.
Okay.
No.
But was Tia Page holding her?
No, I told Tia don't shoot. Tia ran off to her car. After she heard the shot, she ran to her car and grabbed the gun.
Okay, so
another gun.
Tia Page is kind of still standing here next to Miss Edwards.
No, after she heard the shot, I told her to back up. And after she heard the shot, Kentoria went this way that she wouldn't get shot. So she left Jordan. She said, "Okay, Fat, okay." I said, "Okay," and leave her alone. I said, "Leave Jordan alone, please and thank you. I'm tired of being assaulted and all of that." But by the time I turned around, this is what made me run. I grabbed Jordan. I said, "Come on, Jordan." Jordan's little, you know what I'm saying? She's easy to pick up, you know what I'm saying, and run. Because
so Jordan is just on the ground. Walking, standing upright? Yeah. What is she doing when you
She's walking perfectly fine. Okay. I actually ended up, because Miss Kentoria tried to use her as a shield, you know what I'm saying, for protection. So I told her to leave her alone. I said, "Go call the police. Go do something. I said, as I'm doing that, we were still standing in front. I tried to go back into the Starbucks. When I tried to go back into Starbucks, one of the co-workers ran to the back. I guess that's who called the police. And after that,
so what I'm trying to figure out is, where did you shoot Miss Edwards on her body?
Maybe in the front, because she was facing me, like aggressively. It was more like
so she's standing upright.
Yes.
Okay, and you're holding the gun like this or like this?
More like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And shaky with it. I didn't wanna. You know what I'm saying? I didn't wanna assault her.
Okay.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? Defense. It's like, I'm always being assaulted, so every time I come over here, I'm expecting to be assaulted. You know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting that it's going to be friendly. You know what I'm saying?
She stacked one detail on another. First, she mentions keeping her daughter at a safe place before shooting, and describing a shooting incident that happened in front of her child is nothing less than a careless parent. Next, she still stays consistent with lies about Tia aiming at her. Finally, she gets back to highlighting her misery, but she doesn't seem to be concerned about the death caused by her. Her calculated demeanor will ultimately contribute to her conviction, but the detective is curious how she managed to bring a gun to the scene, even lacking a job and staying at a homeless camp.
So you were afraid they were going to beat you up again, that's why you shot at her.
Yes.
But she didn't have anything in her hands when you fired the shot.
No.
Okay.
She didn't have Jordan. She really allowed, you know what I'm saying?
She put Jordan down when she saw the gun.
Yes, and it's not, but after she charged, you know what I'm saying?
She came at you?
Yeah, she charged like she always do, regardless of what, I don't know what made her do that, but you know what I'm saying?
Were you pointing the gun at her when she charged at you? Okay.
Yeah, but it's not funny because if this not her grandbaby, you know what I'm saying? She's kind of holding my baby hostage, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So me, if you know that this not Jared Page baby, I'm feeling like you trying to be sick. You know what I'm saying? I've put an affidavit in Jared Page's life for this reason. You know what I'm saying? In Dallas, Texas. He ended up shooting at me in Dallas. And it missed. They took down the information, but because they didn't have like proof that it was him, they said stay away from it as long as you can. I said, my baby is over there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to leave my child in this situation to where they are harming her. So I said, if the police don't take care of it, I'm going to have to do something to where this baby's not, and you know what I'm saying, going back into this.
So you were trying, when you shot Miss Edwards, you were trying to protect yourself.
And baby.
And Jordan.
Yes.
Because you thought that Miss Edwards was taking her from you.
Yes. Okay. It's not every time I'm assaulted about a court date, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's best that baby be removed from both parties if we can't get it. But it's not fair to mama, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to protect my child. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to leave her in no situation where people actually don't care about her. And that they, using her. So you picked up Jordan and started walking towards the gym, the fitness place. And you put Jordan into a car. Yes. Did you still have your phone and bag with you? I didn't have a cell phone, but I did have. No, I dropped my bag by this time. Well, no, I picked up the black bag and I left the pink bag because she had the other gun in her hand, and I didn't want Jordan to get shot. So I ended up putting her in the car and making her lay down. So lay down so that if she shot, that she would. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to hide from her. You're trying to protect Jordan from Miss Page because Miss Page got a gun. Yes. Okay. Like she was finna shoot back. Did you have a phone? No. Tonight? Do you have a phone? I don't have a cell phone. Okay. All right. And you said a pink bag. Was that a diaper bag for Jordan, or it was my clothes because I'm actually like homeless. You know what I'm saying? So I was on the streets. You know? So you have one bag or two bags? Two. Okay. What do they look like? One was pink with holes in it and clothes. Okay. And one was black with sheet of prints in the inside and makeup and hygiene in it. Okay, and you say pink, I mean the color pink, not made by pink, right? Yes, sir. Okay. And it's got clothes in it? Yes, sir. Okay. And then the black bag has a cheetah print inside? Yes. Like a lining? Yes, sir. And that's got your makeup and stuff? Yes, sir. Is that the one that you carried the gun in? Yes, sir. Okay. So that kind of acts like your purse? Yes. Okay. So those are the two bags that are there? Yes. And you left the pink bag on the table when you shot? No, the pink bag was on the ground. I was actually finna get ready. Yeah. I was actually finna get ready to leave. That's why I said I should have left. So you picked up your purse, basically. Mm-hmm. You put the gun back in your purse. Mm-hmm. No, it was still in there. It did. It came out to fire. Yeah, it did. Okay, so you had to put it back in your purse. Yeah. Well, it was in my hands. Your hands? Okay. Because I was trying to get, because after I seen that Miss Page had a gun too, I was kind of like shocked and surprised. So I would have normally probably put it back up. Okay, so you're carrying Jordan, a gun, and your purse. Yes. Okay, towards the fitness center. Yeah. And you could see that Miss Page had a gun. Mm-hmm. Did she shoot at you? I think she did. She did. But where was she standing when she shot at you? When she shot at me, she was over there on the end where it was the Starbucks and Chase. Okay. Like close to her car? Yeah. And you were already towards the fitness center? Right. Okay. How many times did she shoot at you? She didn't shoot too many times. It wasn't because I told her just chill. I said, I held mine back up. Mm-hmm. I said, chill, call the police. Chill, just call the police. I said, what? She said, what? Just call the police. I said, okay. She said, okay. I said, chill. I'm really just trying to chill. Mm-hmm. And call the police, call the paramedics I said, call the ambulance for that lady. Mm-hmm. I said, on some and she said, what? And she called them, but she was still, heated. You know what I'm saying? Right. She's still trying to deal with you. Yeah. Okay. But that's not her grandchild, so I don't know why she was yelling, get my granddaughter. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want her with none of these parties because if she pulls out a gun on me as her mother and trying to protect Jordan, it's like, you know what I'm saying, that they trying to kidnap the baby. You know what I'm saying? So you put Jordan in the car. You're still standing outside of the car, and that wasn't your car. That's somebody else's car? Yes. Okay. What kind of car was it? It was a black SUV. I think. When you opened the door initially to put Jordan in there, was the driver in the car? Well, I think they ran into the store. Okay. And they left the doors open. I said. Okay. So that's how you knew you could get into the car. All four of the doors was open, but when I put Jordan in, I said I closed the doors so that nobody, that she wouldn't harm the baby. Yeah. Okay. And then after Miss Page started calling the cops, what did you do? I stayed right there. I wasn't trying to leave. I seen the other people outside of at the very end. I seen them outside of out of the store, and I told them, y'all could call the police. Y'all could call the police. I said they're on their way, and I tried to get Jordan to grab because the lady started acting like she was gonna walk towards the courts, to the door, so that she can, you know what I'm saying. And
the lady, Miss Page, started acting like she's gonna walk towards the car where Jordan was at.
Yeah, but she had the gun in her hand still, so I'm not trying to do none of this. You know, I'm not trying to have no shootout, none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm really just trying to get my daughter and put her in a better situation because I don't know if y'all always this aggressive towards me. I'm not sure or nothing what y'all doing to Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
Tranisa was rooted in years of frustration over losing custody to Kentoria, which ultimately erupted in the tragic shooting. But her reaction will rise as the detective finally reveals the shocking charges she will face.
If I have any more questions, I'll come back and talk to you again, all right?
Okay. Where's the baby?
The baby's going to be with CPS for right now.
Okay.
So we try to figure out where to put her.
Are they gonna tell me what's going on with her?
CPS, I imagine they'll talk to you. Yeah.
They're gonna come up here.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll come talk to you here or the next place that you go. Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna leave here.
You're gonna be charged with murder.
Murder? She's dead?
Yes, ma'am.
She dead? I didn't murder her. She died.
She died.
I don't think that I hit her enough to kill her. That's what I'm telling you.
You hit her in the right spot.
I don't think I hit. We're gonna have to investigate where Tia Page done, because I know I didn't hit this lady enough to kill her. You know what I'm saying?
You told me you hit her up here, right?
It was more like down here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And she backed up. See what I'm saying? So I didn't hit. I'm just saying I know my part, but I'm not finna go down for murder if Tia done did something to this lady too.
Okay. Well, it doesn't look like Tia did it.
Can we get an investigation on
That's
this
what I'm
situation?
doing. I'm a detective.
Okay.
And there is a thorough investigation being conducted.
That's what I'm saying. Now. Is there a way that we can look up these people that are involved?
You mean all the people that saw you shoot Miss Edwards? Yes.
That's not what I'm talking about, because it was more involved. That's what I'm saying. For me to be charged with murder, there's people that they done assaulted and hurt and they didn't get in trouble for it. I'm talking about Ebony Matz, Deja Matz, and these are people that, like, if you call Deja Matz's father, he could tell you that they were actually talking about harming this baby. So I'm really just trying to not, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Protect
my child. And if you look up on your phone, you're going to see Deja Matz, Ebony Matz, and there's like literally Cameron Farmer, there's Xavier McMullen, and there's Zanta Shaw Johnson.
And they were all assaulted by Edwards.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying.
In Dallas, Richardson, Plano, where were they at?
One of them was in Richardson. The other two was in, it's not funny that if you look on, that's why I'm saying I know we have to do this thoroughly. Cameron was in Richardson. He's my ex-boyfriend. Xavier is my ex-boyfriend. Fresh is my ex-boyfriend. And they're dead. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying?
So they assaulted all your ex-boyfriends and you.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. So I don't think, that's why I said we got to make sure that I know I didn't fire too many times to kill Kentoria.
It only takes one.
I know I didn't kill her on purpose. You know what I'm saying? I know that she was trying to, you know what I'm saying, had them in and like harming my child, but I'm not trying to go to jail for murder for self-defense and protecting my child.
I'm just telling you right now, that's what's going to happen. You're going to spend the night here at Richardson Jail. You'll see a judge in the morning.
And I'm getting charged
for murder. You're going to be charged with murder, yeah.
Is there a way that we can talk about if I'm guilty or not? Because
that's what a trial's for.
Okay.
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 And that's, if you want to have a trial, you got to murder. You shot her and she's dead.
She's dead. She died.
She died.
She died.
She died before she got to the hospital.
Oh my God. I ain't try to kill that lady, and it's like so not funny. I did not try to kill, but can you look up these people's names that I'm talking about, or write them in the case?
Yeah.
In the case, so that
you said that your ex-boyfriends.
Cameron Farmer.
What's Cameron look like?
He's a mixed breed, last name Farmer.
Yeah, like mine.
Like yours?
Yeah, I'm Detective Farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, you're gonna stay the night here.
Okay.
And we'll put you back where I found you.
You said that Collin County, they'll come talk to me?
The CPS people will come talk to you at some point. I don't know if they'll talk to you here.
Tranisa's lack of capability was proved, but she couldn't bear her child's separation. As a result, she took a daring wrong step. Tranisa had a pre-planned motive to kill the guardian Kentoria. She tried to defend herself in the interrogation room with crafted stories. But if her mental health evaluation was done properly before the crime, or her guardian had seen the warning signs about her dark paths, could this murder have been prevented? Tranisa was initially charged with capital murder for the shooting of Kentoria Edwards, but for a certain period, she was found incompetent to stand trial due to mental health evaluations. Later, on June 4th, 2024, she was charged with first-degree murder and sentenced to 60 years in prison.